important. When you set up to the ball, what you're looking to do is get the balls of your feet and the tops of your knees pretty much in line. So that gives you the proper amount of knee flex. You don't want to bend your knees. You just unlock your knees. So your knees are just bent enough to where the top of the knees are over the middle of the shoelaces. He's pretty good because this setup here, the tip of the knee, the ball of the foot, the tip of the elbow, and the top of the spine are almost in line, in a straight plumb line. So that's good. Now there is a big difference here, and I'm recording this, between these two swings. And your natural habit pattern is to take it back and not get much wrist cock, and then come down. You can see the attack angle, which is the angle from the club to the ball. That's pretty steep. It's coming in a little steep. But as you get a little more wrist, as you get the club to set a little more, you'll see if we draw, and so there's a plane to your swing. Somewhere in that zone is where you want to be to hit the ball. Closer to the bottom line would be preferable. But you can see that's a better backswing for you. And see, look at the downswing is more in the zone, in that yellow zone where we want you to be. So there is a big difference between those two backswings in terms of what you're doing. You're letting the tension level in your hands, wrists, and forearms go down significantly, so you're holding it a little bit lighter in your hands. Yeah. And you can see the attack angle here a little steeper. The club head's outside that zone a little bit sooner. So this is good. And you topped it, obviously, because it feels so weird. But all right, now for tilted lies and the ball being okay. So if the ball is on a downslope, you want to do two things that you wouldn't normally do hitting a shot off a level line. One is you want to get your shoulders tilted more, so your left shoulder's down to match the slope, and then you want to avoid getting the club inside. If you do that, you'll hit the ground early. And it's simple geometry. Let me see your club for a second. If you have a tilt this way and the club comes inside, it's going to come in too shallow and you're going to hit the ground first. So what oftentimes happens with people that don't get their shoulders in line with the slope and then they take the club too far around is they'll hit the ground and then they'll skid into the ball. So the club will skid off the ground and then you'll scull it or you'll just chunk it. So the reason's real simple, because your brain says, well, I'm on this slope, I got to lift it, I got to tilt back. Well, the minute you tilt back to try to go in the air, you're going to hit it thin or you're going to hit it fat. So what you got to do is take a little more club. So if your normal shot from 150 is a 7-iron, take an 8-iron, because this slope here is going to cause a much lower trajectory. No, actually up. You take more loft, and when I say, yeah, now I wasn't clear on that. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, so if you hit a 7 normally, take an 8, and the reason is your trajectory is going to be a lot lower. Now, if you're going over water, I wouldn't say to do that, but take the same club or even more. But so that would be a real commonality. The other thing is you got to get on your left side and stay on your left side, and the club should feel like it's going up more, straight back and up, as opposed to in and around.
Which way's the tilt now, man?
You got to get with the slope. So if your tilt's down the hill, you want to get your shoulders down the hill parallel to the slope. And then you want to feel like the club is going up and not around. And I'll demonstrate that here in a second.